The film opens in Libya's Sabha region as a terrorist militant gang takes a prisoner journalist into their stronghold. The journalist is then placed inside a cage in the underground facility, his head still covered by a piece of cloth. However, this man quickly reveals himself to be no average reporter but an undercover spy who unties his hands and goes about his business. He shouts out to another person held in the adjoining cage, a particular Sonia Gaudier, indicating that he has infiltrated the hiding place for Sonia. A gunfight ensues, and the seasoned spy dispatches everyone at the militant outpost, leaving him alone with Sonia. Instead of rescuing the woman, the man shoots Sonia to death, confessing that it was his mission to kill her. Meanwhile, news reports in Paris of a police raid, an explosion, and injuries in a downtown hotel. The authorities were attempting to apprehend Mokhtar Al-Tayab before his terrorist gang launched an attack. The explosion killed Mokhtar's wife and 2 other people. Senator Marconet speaks with intelligence officer Kruger about the incident. Mokhtar was intended to be assassinated, but they now believe he spoke with Victor Pastor, a local crime lord. Kruger advises that they penetrate the Pastor crime syndicate through Adam Franco. While in Tunisia, Adam receives an internet message informing him of a meeting with Kruger the following day. Adam immediately takes a flight to Paris and meets Kruger in an apartment. Adam is told that he must infiltrate the Pastor crime organization in order to discover and murder Mokhtar. Mokhtar is a Sudanese warlord, according to Kruger. Mokhtar was once a French ally, but he has lately switched sides and become a terrorist. They suspect Mokhtar is plotting another attack. Cisco and Mona will soon be Adam's go-to people. Adam is astonished to find that Kruger wants him to infiltrate undercover. He will play Adam Franco. Later, Adam shows up at Victor's residence as a new member of their brute force squad. He gets introduced to the other members after meeting Yusuf, the crew's leader. Adam has a brief disagreement with Bogdan, Victor's security guard. Victor answers by warning Adam not to make any more trouble. Adam and Pee-wee drive to the banker's house to obtain plans for a bank robbery. On the way, Pee-wee informs Adam about Ahmet, a Chechen gangster with a large crew who has been causing them difficulties. Ahmet has been attempting to take over some of Victor's area. They meet with the banker shortly after, but the man states that the designs are not complete and that Pee-wee should return in 5 days. Pee-wee and the banker trade blows until Adam persuades the banker to hand up the designs right now. That night, Adam and Pee-wee visit one of Victor's clubs, which is managed by his wife, Natalia. Later, a few members of Ahmet's crew appear outside, eager to enter. They fight when the bouncer tries to stop them. Adam gets informed of the altercation and goes outside to assist. Adam defeats them all, and they flee. When the nightclub shuts, Adam drives Natalia back to Victor's house. Adam agrees to drive her son to school when she asks him to. Yusuf tells Victor about the battle in the club and how Adam beat Ahmet's crew. Natalia and Victor had a disagreement about Ahmet's men being in the club. Natalia believes it isn't a problem, but Victor bans it. Jonathan invites Adam to his birthday celebration the next day as Adam prepares to drive Jonathan to school. Helene appears and insists on driving Jonathan to school. Later, Adam receives word that Victor wishes to visit him. Before stepping inside, he installs a tracking device in one of Victor's vehicles. Victor thanks Adam for defeating Ahmet's men the night before at the club. He wants to check the scars to see if Adam is the same Adam Franco who was shot 5 times by police 20 years ago. Victor is impressed that a 15-year-old youngster would confront the cops in such a manner. Victor welcomes him into their family and emphasizes that his son Jonathan requires a bodyguard, not just a driver. Adam was working at the club one night. He notices Natalia's assistant talking with 2 of Ahmet's guys while peeking around the corner. Following that, we observe Mokhtar reading to his daughter. And then his house is attacked. His wife was slain by gunfire, and his daughter was shot in the head. Mokhtar abruptly awakens. It was a nightmare recollection of recent occurrences. The group, on the other hand, intends to rob a bank and practice their ideas along the way. When they get to the bank, Adam takes the wheel and waits for the others to enter. Pee-wee and his friends were soon successful in robbing the bank and fleeing joyously. Their vehicle gets hit and turned around by another vehicle not far from the bank. One of those approaching Adam was recognized as one of Ahmet's guys, One of the two he saw outside the club conversing with Natalia's assistant. Cisco appears and starts shooting at the bandits. Adam obtains a weapon and begins murdering them as well. Pee-wee and the rest of the crew escape from the van in another vehicle. A second vehicle of Ahmet's men arrives and engages Adam in combat. Adam murders several more of Ahmet's soldiers before boarding the getaway van and fleeing. Back at Victor's residence, his men recount the events of the ambush. They suspect the criminals knew where they were headed and that someone in the family tipped them off. Adam gives Natalia his portion of the bank job money and tells her to hurry up and grab Jonathan so they can leave. He realized she was complicit in the double cross, and Victor will shortly as well. Adam notices Pee-wee carrying the loot from the bank robbery and follows Pee-wee's automobile. Adam waits in his car outside the internet cafe while Pee-wee carries the luggage in. Cisco also parks his car across the street and waits. Ahmet then contacts Natalia and accuses her of betraying him. He seeks vengeance on all of Adam's victims. He abducted Jonathan from the zoo and wants her to phone Victor to demand the bank robbery money. Helene returns to Victor's house, injured and bloody from her fight with the individuals who stole Jonathan. She overhears Victor debating with Natalia about paying Ahmet $500,000 for Jonathan's release as a ransom. Helene borrows Manu's phone and dials Adam's number. She informs him that Jonathan has been kidnapped. Her father refuses to give Ahmet any ransom money from the bank robbery, and Helene is at a loss about what to do. Adam quickly resolves to steal weaponry and equipment from Cisco's car across the street. Adam informs Cisco that he is leaving and requests that he keep a watch on the internet cafe. Adam dashes away. Cisco quickly hangs up with Mona after seeing someone depart the shop across the street. Cisco pursues the man, discovers that he is Mokhtar, and attempts to catch him. Pee-wee shoots and kills him from behind and flees with Mokhtar. Meanwhile, Adam has arrived at the facility, where he believes Jonathan is being detained. He gets in by pretending to be a drug addict hunting for heroin. He enters the shadows after passing through the guards. Jonathan is on the 5th floor, according to a security guard. While searching for Jonathan, Adam is brutally wounded by many guards. Adam murders Ahmet once Jonathan is safe. Adam lifts Jonathan outside and drives him home to his mother and siblings. Helene brings Adam in to relax. Adam abruptly awakens, and Helene requests that he remain in bed because he nearly died from blood loss. Adam instructs Helene to leave him alone before departing. Senator Martinet later observes Mokhtar outside his residence, placing an envelope on top of a mailbox. Later, when Adam calls, Cisco does not answer the phone. Adam enters a store, checks the video cameras across the street from where Cisco was observing, and discovers that Mokhtar has left the store. The police come to the shop unexpectedly. Adam goes outside and tells them he's a police officer and gives them his ID number, and he's let go. Yusuf witnesses his freedom and believes Adam is a snitch. Helene, meanwhile, obtains Adam's information, finds his address, and gathers medical supplies. Later, Adam staggers inside his flat, where he finds Helene waiting for him in the corridor. Helene assists Adam in his recovery from his injuries. Mona quickly intercepts Yusuf's phone call to Bogdan. Natalia is the snitch, according to Yusuf, and she wanted half of the money from the bank robbery so she could leave Victor. He also discovered that Adam is a cop. Bogdan wishes for JB to meet him at Adam's apartment block so that they can murder Adam. Mona swiftly leaves to assist Adam. Kruger pays a visit to Senator Martinet across town. Kruger examines a photograph of Mokhtar and Martinet cheerfully shaking hands, which Mokhtar had left in Martinet's mailbox. Kruger, according to Martinet, should dispatch commando teams as soon as possible to eliminate Mokhtar. Yusuf and Kruger later park outside Adam's apartment block, planning how to murder Adam. Suddenly, Mona approaches their car and requests a lighter. She then shoots them, but is severely injured by Bogdan's bullets. Meanwhile, Adam awakens to find a text message from Mona. Adam finds her phone and realizes she's left his flat. Mona informs him about the 3 dead guys downstairs and that his cover had been compromised before she dies. Later, Adam follows Pee-wee's phone to a complex of buildings. Inside, he neutralizes numerous soldiers. When Adam notices Pee-wee standing nearby, he shoots Mokhtar in the leg. Adam takes Pee-wee's rifle and pays attention to Mokhtar. Mokhtar was apparently close with Senator Martinet and Kruger. Adam is curious about the upcoming operation. Mokhtar reveals that the operation to save his daughter's life was a life-saving one. Kruger and Martinet attempted to murder him and his family, but he was able to save his injured daughter. The proceeds from the bank robbery were used to pay for Mokhtar's daughter's procedure. Mokhtar informs Adam that the French government has asked him to go to Paris to discuss a Sudan truce. Martinet, on the other hand, only intended to kill him in order to cover up his previous crime of stealing Sudanese oil. Adam allows Mokhtar to say his final goodbyes to his daughter. A sniper suddenly shoots and kills Mokhtar. The commandos then open fire inside, killing the nurses. Adam engages in combat with the commandos. They take Mokhtar's daughter outside to an ambulance and flee the location while it is being attacked. Helene was later detained at Adam's flat. Victor is seated next to a bloodied and likely dead Natalia when Kruger enters and kills him. Senator Martinet comes upon a newspaper after tying up all the loose ends. It mentions Mokhtar's murky relationships with himself. Pee-wee later drives Mokhtar's healing daughter to safety. Helene has been released from jail, but she is unable to obtain Jonathan's release from Child Protective Services. Kruger follows Helene around and sits behind her on the bus. On the bus, Adam introduces Jonathan to Helene. Kruger attempts to murder Adam, but Adam kills him instead. Then Adam settles with Helene and Jonathan, bringing the movie to the end. Thanks for watching. If you are new, don't forget to subscribe for more of these recaps. Until next time, have a nice day.